So what's been on my mind lately? So I had the opportunity to share this map of consciousness, which if you've watched some of my videos, you've probably seen this a couple of times. I had the opportunity to share this map of consciousness with two people that are very, very close to me, that are very, very dear to me. And as I said before, this tool is one of the most powerful tools that I've seen for anyone who's looking to understand themselves, but also the world around them. And one of the epiphanies to me, what it seems is that if there ever was an agenda, right? I don't believe that there's a big boogeyman out there, but I do believe that in order for commerce to operate in the way that it does, it requires cooperation. It requires, people to want things. It requires people to desire things enough to work and attain those things. And the more and more I look at this map of consciousness, the more and more I realize how much of what I see in my part of the world is driven by desire. And this constant need to have something, this craving for things that not necessarily are out of sight of people's reach, but this craving for things, this craving for material possessions. And desire is the main culprit of this. And the more and more I look into it, the more and more I realize that this desire, this is the fuel for consumerism. And if people can't be kept at this level of desire, then they're definitely not going to buy as much stuff as they do. They're definitely not going to desire to have the white Mercedes, right? Because when you move up here to neutrality, while it's very easy to acquire those things, and going up to willingness, obviously, you start to attract these things. Once you get to neutrality, you kind of don't give a shit about any of that stuff. But we've been tricked so long to believe that high performance was connected to a burning desire, which is what Napoleon Hill said. I would actually say in this video, all I would say that Napoleon Hill's work, Think and Grow Rich, is a very, very powerful book, but it's only really one step in the equation, and it's only been written from one frequency, which is to have a burning desire. This was always this thing, a burning desire. And what I noticed about people that read that book for the first time is that they have this burning desire. They have this craving for success as they see it. It's usually financial success. And what it does is life feels disappointing. It feels like you're reading this book. It feels like you want to do this, and you have this feeling inside of you, this desire that I want this, and life just feels disappointing as hell. And if you keep yourself in this mode of having a burning desire, look at this. This is suffering. So it's about putting yourself in a constant state of suffering so you can go out, finally get enough anger and pride and courage to get a thing, but then see something else. They got to flash something else in front of you, and you desire it more. And with desire, it's fueled by this sense of, am I worthy? And what is my worthiness? And its worthiness is connected to marketing, especially for luxury brands. The idea is to market brands in a way that promotes elitism. The elite have the Gucci bag, and if I don't have that, then I'm not valuable. This is the game that's being played, and it's rampant on social media. I, if I don't get this, then I'm not really worthy. I'm not valuable. If I if I don't go to that place or that destination, I'm not valuable or worthy. If I don't have this car, I'm not valuable or worthy. If I don't have $1 million in my bank account, I'm not valuable or worthy. And it kind of it puts you in this constant state of craving, and everything feels disappointing. And you're just hyperactive. You're trying to do everything. Oh man, I gotta do everything, man. I gotta grind. I gotta grind. I gotta do all of this stuff. A lot of people burn themselves out right here. And anybody that you see talking from this level of desire, man, I gotta have this, man. I want this and I want this and I should be, and this is where a lot of shoulds. I should have this. I should have that. I should have this thing by now. I should have that thing by now. No matter what, I can guarantee you that person is in a lot of suffering. I know how this emotion feels so much. This is an emotion. This is like the emotion of like entrepreneurship. And they're like in this like constant cycle where they're just literally like cycling through like desire, anger, desire, anger, desire, anger, desire, anger. And they're constantly like just like twiddling through this thing over and over again. And they're burning themselves out and they're suffering and they can't get out of the trap of it. And we're living in a time where everybody just wants some material shit. I'm not exempt. I'm not perfect. It's very easy with this consumer capitalist focused structures and systems that we live in because many of us have never known that we're enough. No one's ever told us that we're worthy, that we're valuable, that we're enough. So our lack of self-worth, our lack of self-value, and our lack of affirmation from other people, which is what's important. The lack of us having cheerleaders and people that are rooting for us. The lack of having people that truly care about the things that are important to us. It makes us feel that we're not valuable. So we have to go out and find things, cars, vacations, clothes, whatever expense, whatever other expense. We have to go out and we have to crave those things. And we have to want those things because we believe that having those things are going to boost who we are. They're going to make us into somebody. So we just go out and we do a lot of shit. And we're like, man, I got a million things to do. Got a million meetings to take. And this is just suffering. Like I said, I'm not exempt. I trampoline and I jump on this. I jump from neutrality to willingness. I jump from neutrality to willingness. I do this a lot. But sometimes I find myself down here and get into desire. I had an epiphany the other night. I had the epiphany that growing up as a boy, because of where I grew up, I couldn't remember a time where I wasn't in fear. Being a little boy was constantly in fear. And when you attempt to ascend, you have forces that are for you and you have forces that are against you. I have my belief about what the forces are. Some people say that it's the devil. Some people say that it's people's lower selves. Whatever it is, it's there. And the things that are used to take you down here are the same things that maybe you experienced at some point in the past. And they've become experiences you're so familiar with. It's easy for your body to go to those things. All they know they need to do is put a catalyst in front of you. And the catalyst for most people is a lot of the media that they consume. Put them down in fear. A lot of the media is meant to keep you in a state of fear. Because fear is good for business. Fear creates desire. Anxiety, overwhelm. Well, now they're going to crave something. That's just the next level up. So fear, desire. Fear, desire. Over and over again. If there was ever an agenda, like I said, I don't believe in boogeymans. But if there ever was an agenda, the agenda would be to keep people in desire and fear. Because it's good for business. It makes money. That's what this is. Fear. And anything that comes into your reality tunnel, which means comes into your experience, that gives you a sense of fear, a sense of anxiety, a sense of doubt, something that's frightening. Because while these are emotions here that we all experience, things that we all experience, the whole idea is to keep our mind off the fact that there's all of this other positive and higher vibrational stuff up here, which most people have never experienced, right? Full consciousness, super casual truth, disappearance of material desires, purpose is effortlessly supported, divine grace and love, synchronicity and extraordinary outcomes. This is what we want. This is what we want. We want synchronicity and extraordinary outcomes that come about as a result of us putting in no effort. We don't want to feel like we have to force a thing for it to happen. We just want it to happen absolutely effortlessly. These are powerful states of being. So like I said, if there was ever an agenda, if there was ever one, like I said, I don't believe in boogeymans. It would be to keep people from experiencing bliss where life feels perfect. And the key to transcending to the next level would just be allowing life to unfold in its incredible wonder, right? Having an illuminated mind feels like you're in heaven. Moving from getting by to being in flow, stepping out with passion, living harmoniously, living in forgiveness, understanding, life having meaning, transcending, having inner wisdom, inner love, oneness, joy, feeling complete. If there was ever an agenda, it would be for people to be unaware and caught down here. And it seems to me, from what I see, especially after the last couple of years, what I've observed, seems like big on pride, Everyone's proud of who they are, even if it's at the expense of who others are. A lot of people are upset and frustrated and mad. A lot of people are scared. And everybody wants a white Mercedes Benz. So, that's what I wanted to share for today. I wanted to turn the camera on and just talk about these levels and states of being. So, hopefully, we can be aware of them and choose a much higher vibration. So, that's that. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tune in next time for another one.